Hey everyone, Crazy Jimmy here. Thanks for tuning in. Got a video before I head down to Nashville. Looking forward to getting down there. Was reached out to by Stuart down in Nashville, who works at a shop that sells records, and I'm super excited to check out his shop that he's at and see what he's got. So we'll see you down in Nashville if you're watching. All right, so let's get rolling. We got more goodies, mostly private pressings, but a lot of cheap heat here too, so as usual. But we're going to start with something, I think this is still a private press, but it's more from, this is Stevie Moore, who started, who was like one of the first bedroom tapers, one of the first DIY. I can't say 4-track because what he used was a 2-track reel-to-reel back in the early 70s and kind of bounced back and forth. But Stevie Moore was the first, from my understanding. I mean, I know Paul McCartney did one album on his own where he played pretty much everything and 4-tracked it on that McCartney album. But and that was a year before, I want to say a year before Stevie Moore started, but I could be wrong. But McCartney never really kept it up, so it's the only way Stevie recorded pretty much. So, but this is one I've been after for a while, called Revolve, not Revolver, but Revolve. You can see he kind of used the Beatles Revolver sleeve, but there's Stevie right there, kind of replacing one of the Beatles. But super cool. It's on this translucent red vinyl. Only 300 of these were pressed. Supposedly it came with this 25-page booklet, but Stevie said there was never a booklet with this. So, and I kind of, obviously Stevie's not gonna, lie about that. And looking at this booklet, yeah, it came out around the same year as Revolve, but this is not something that was probably with this 10-inch. Because it has just a lot of cutouts and clippings about articles about Stevie and his career and so forth. So Stevie's dad actually played with a lot of country greats too down in Nashville, like Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and so forth. So a lot of pretty cool lineage there. But I'm a huge Stevie fan, and I actually have a pretty good collection of his LPs that, maybe I'll do like a complete Stevie Moore video and show everything I've got. So, all right, next up, and I apologize if one or two of these have been shown before. I go back and I look at what I've shown, and I try not to do that. So, great cheap heat here, Molly Be Damned, Last Night in Paradise. Really good rural rock, country rock, cosmic country, private pressing. There's the label, and you look at it and think, okay, is this a female-led band? And it's not. That's just the name, Molly Be Damned. But really good vocals and harmonies on this. A little bit of California, Laurel Canyon on this as well. A little bit of Eagles, a little bit of Southern rock. There's the fellows right there. So, at times you'll hear Skynyrd, another time you'll hear the Eagles, Little Poco. But yeah, I was very impressed with this. I actually took a stab at it, not really hearing anything, because the price was right. So there it is, Molly Be Damned. Another one where the price is right, and it's not always right on this. This is Old Glory. And I guess it's self-titled, but some people say it's called Inside, and then some people say it's self-titled. It's on Huck Finn Records. Right there's the label. It's upside down. There we go. Sorry for the glare. It's in the shrink anyways. But there it is. Really good hippie, rural Americana. More of the same. Next up, this is probably not cheap heat, but really cool. Big Lost Rainbow band from Massachusetts. This was recorded in 1972, released in 1973 on a screen printed sleeve. This is pretty cool. It's all screen printed. and you can feel like the sandpaper grit up here on the rainbow colors. But yeah, it's pretty neat. This is in the Acid Archives. If you like James Taylor, if you like Bruce Vanderpool, right there, Bittersweet, whoop, right there. This is fantastic. It's got a little flute here and there, but which I'm not a huge fan of. But overall, it's just amazing. Really good Americana, really good loner folk going on, even though it's a band and not really a loner, but just has that vibe to me. So, Big Lost Rainbow, good stuff. Next up, this is a private pressing I've been wanting for a long time, ever since Paul Majors kind of trumped it up and put it on a pedestal. But this is Minneapolis's Ray Harlow and Jip Fox First Rays. Whoops, it's in the shrink, so I'm sorry for the glare. But yeah, a lot's been said on this. This is on Waterwheel Records, so I'm not going to keep going on it. But yeah, it's got a very slacker vibe to it, very Grateful Dead. If you didn't know any better, you'd think it's like a lost Grateful Dead album. So, but yeah, the guitar work's great. Kind of reminds me of Jerry Garcia at times. A lot of the hooks are great. On this, the first two tracks in side one are just out of this world for me. And then the last song, Keyed, on the B-side is amazing. But really all the way through, it's great. I think this is a wonderful private pressing, and it deserves everything it gets from Paul Major and his friends. So check that out. Also, I did show Jip Fox's follow-up to this, just him without Ray Harlow and another guy. I forgot the name of it now, but it's in one of my older videos. Is it Good Times? Maybe Good Times, but check it out. That's also excellent and really varied. Next up, another rural rock, hippie rock, loner folk album, Human Jukebox by Westbrook, and I guess he goes by Westbrook. So I think his last name is Ayers, so Westbrook Ayers, Ayers, Human Jukebox. It's on this private press label, Whiskey River Records. Whoops. Right there. Pretty cool label, green, lime green. But yeah, minimal sleeve, but there he is, good old Westbrook. You could tell what it's going to sound like just by looking at that. So, yeah, more of the same. Really good cheap heat there. Showing some really good private press cheap heat for you. This is not a private press on Atlantic Records Papa Nebo, but it's cheap. So, again, if you like country rock, rural rock, and you like your rural rock, country rock with a little bit of brass instruments in it, this will do just fine. Whoops. Alright. Another cheap heat private pressing. This is Danny, Michigan Highways. I do not know his last name. He just goes by Danny. But there it is. In the shrink, half in the shrink, half signed. It's on the WNP label, pretty basic label. But yeah, this is loner folk. Definitely loner folk. I don't know if this is in the Acid Archives, but it certainly should be. So yeah, check that out, Danny, Michigan Highways, where he writes about Michigan. Got a couple from band Redwing. Right there. Redwing's first album and their third album. Third album's called Take Me Home. I like the third album better than the first album, but it's on the Fantasy label. And yeah, if you're thinking Creedence Clearwater Revival, you hit it right on the spot. Very Creedence, especially this one. The third album is more Cali, rural California vibes. A lot more harmonies on this third one than the first one. But they both have harmonies, both excellent. This one's a lot heavier. This one's vibing more towards Creedence, whereas this one's vibing more towards the Eagles, early Eagles. So, and just a footnote on this band is really the band Glad, and they changed their name. They used to be, I think, the New Breed, and then they became Glad, which I've shown before. And by the way, I heard a little tidbit on this that the band members in Glad were very upset because I guess the record label ABC called them Glad without them knowing. This was supposed to be released as American Breed, and it was released as Glad, so they were pretty pissed. But yeah, then they changed their name again and became like a country rock band, and now they're Redwing here. So pretty cool little history there on Redwing. I don't think I've shown this, but I needed to upgrade my copy, so I did put my other copy online. If anyone needs a copy of this, let me know. Reach out to me. International Submarine Band. Of course, Graham Parsons is here. I think that's him right there. Original pressing. I've got an original pressing up for sale of this. The reason I wanted to upgrade was my pressing has some damage on the sleeve down in the bottom. So if you're not a big sleeve guy, you don't really, or gal, and you don't care about the sleeve as much as I do, and you just want an original pressing and not have to worry if it's a bootleg or not, hit me up. Next up, I don't think I showed these, so I'm going to show them now. Apologize if I have. This is Mac Gayen, McGavock Gayen's first solo venture. UK pressing only. It was only released in the UK, which blows my mind. But Mac was in Barefoot Jerry for the Barefoot's first album, which is, I think, a minor classic. But this is also fantastic. So, you know, if you like a little folk, acid folk, there's a little bit of cosmic country going on here. A little bit of, I get some Irish vibes. But yeah, really, you know, Irish music, like Celtic vibes mixed in, but it's very, very minor. But yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, any review or people you talk to about this, they rant and rave about it. There's Mac right there. This was right after he left Barefoot Jerry. And then that was 72 or 71. 1976, he did Skyboat. Mac Gayen, terrible cover. Everyone complains about it, but ABC label. This is fantastic. It has a hit on here that he wrote that's been covered like 100 times. But it's not even the best song on here. It's like the worst song on here. But yeah, check this out. This is Cheap Pete here. Another piece of Cheap Pete. Private pressing, The Tulsa Mountains by Don Moore and Bob Clear. Yeah, more rural country rock. You know, I like my 70s country rock private pressings. Love the cover on this too. So, great stuff. Here's a big dog. This is not Cheap Pete. Companion, Reap the Lost Dreamers. And God, I love this cover. Sorry, it's in the shrink, so I'm going to try to get the glare out of there. Great cover. Don't ask me what that looks like. There's the label, private pressing. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is, there's some Gayen vibes going on with some of the lyrics, but you really don't notice it. The vocals, you'd swear it's a female. It's not. They're just a little higher than a normal male's vocals, but there's a lot of reverb on the vocals. It's so cool. So dreamy. This album is really dreamy. I would call it dreamy psych with a mix of a little bit of prog in there. But it's more dreamy psych to me, and that I love that. It's right up my alley. I think this was released in 70. They say 74, but I heard 77. So we'll go at 77, even though all the articles say 1974. This is in the Acid Archives, but really, this is a great, great album. Really dreamy. Next up, really good pop, funk, soul, a little bit of everything. Bateau, 1973. This is their first, the brothers' first album together. And it's got a cool aquatic cover. It's really hard to see, but they look like dolphins. They're swimming with dolphins naked. There they are, kind of there. The dolphins are up here. It's on the Columbia label. But yeah, really good. This was hard to find. every copy I've ever seen of this has heavy ring wear, because the dye they used on the sleeve is just really crappy, and it gets immediate ring wear. And this is the first one I've ever seen without ring wear and the shrink like this. Even I've seen sealed ones and they even had ring wear. So I was happy to get that. Another piece of cheap heat, Royal Scanlan and Gary Pardez. Missouri Woodland is the name of the band. It's basically Royal Scanlan and Gary Pardez. I hope I pronounced his name right. And it's called Singing Our Lives Away. Excellent rural rock, country rock. A little bit of cosmic pedal steel going through. Private pressing. Yeah, $5-10 you can get this in the shrink. And last but not least, we'll show one more. Allan Rothstein, Magic Message. This one I picked up on a trip to Maine. Really cool cover. 1979 on Sure Shot Records. Great private pressing. This is really cool, kind of cosmic-y vibes. The first song on here is awesome. It starts out like a folk track, and then there's a pedal steel running through it that just is so cool, very cosmic-y. There's, some good pop vibes on here as well, but mostly it's folk with pedal steel running through. Great vocals on this as well. So yeah, don't sleep on this. This is cheap heat. This can be had for $10 to $15, and it's worth it just for the sleeve alone is cool. I mean, look at that. It's so cool. But yeah, Allan Rothstein, Magic Message. This was kind of a blind buy, I just loved the cover, and it was cheap. It was private press, and saw the year 1979 and took a shot. But anyways, all right. Well, this will be a little bit shorter. Thanks for watching. When I get back from Nashville, I'll put up another one with what I got down there, and then some more new stuff. Talk to you soon. Please hit subscribe. Please comment. Please hit the thumbs up. Please tell your friends. Take care.